across the country was in shock, including big business houses. This is after earlier the Karnataka government had cleared a bill to reserve 70% of non-management and 50% of management-level jobs in private sector firms for Kannadigas. The Chief Minister said on Twitter that the government should give an opportunity to Kannadigas, an opportunity to lead a comfortable life in the motherland and avoid being deprived of jobs in the land of Kannada. That was earlier in the day. At the moment, this stands paused. We don't know if it's been cancelled as yet, the reservation in jobs for Kannadigas in Karnataka, but it is on hold for the moment. We presume it will not go ahead, certainly not in the way or shape that we thought. Has parochialism pipped professionalism in terms of what the suggestions or the ideas were, or at the end of the day, has big business really decided the fate of this stillborn bill? Next up on the show, continuing with our focus on the heroes of Kargil. 25 years after the war, they were meant to be the happiest days of his life. Anuj Nair was engaged, set to be married. Then the order came. He deployed to Kargil for the fight of his life, a fight for India. He never returned. For his bravery in capturing post after Pakistani post, Captain Anuj Nair will remain an Indian hero, honored with a Mahavir Chakra. He was just 23. And finally, meet the Indian Air Force's top guns over Kargil. Meet 5 incredible aviators, amazing fighter pilots, including the first man to drop a laser-guided bomb on Tiger Hill, with rare footage of some of the biggest bombing missions during the war. But first, let's just bring you the big breaking news story at this stage. I'm now joined by Samrudh Hegde of the Congress Party, by Vijay Prasad of the BJP, K. Ganesh, he's a serial entrepreneur, and Venu Kondur, CEO and co-founder of Lob, a digital logistics company. Thank you both very much for being with us. Mr. Hegde, to you first, can you confirm that the state government has put this bill, this proposed bill on reservation in the for jobs, on hold?
So, firstly, Vishnu, I'll have to say that this present issue of domicile and local language reservation is a long-standing issue, and it has been addressed by many
No,
states.
but have you put it on hold?
No, it's a draft bill. It's a draft bill.
No, but the breaking news we now have is that it has been put on hold. Can you confirm that?
No, I'm sorry, I don't have information whether it's been put on hold. According to me, it still stands. It still stands as per the draft.
No, the Chief Minister has put this on hold. I would urge you to get on the phone, check this information. I will come back to you. It's being flashed across channels. It's being done by your state government in Karnataka. Let me go across to Vijay Prasad, the BJP spokesperson. Assuming that this has been put on hold, and that's the news that we now have, is it a step, a measure that you welcome at this stage?
See, Vishnu, when you are bringing this kind of very important bill that is will have long-bearing impact on the people of Karnataka, you should be very careful while drafting this bill and bringing this bill. See, in the last 1.5 years, 8 to 10 companies have exited out of Karnataka, and Siddaramaiah has the distinction of ejecting Kia Motors to Andhra Pradesh. At this point of time, when these are the history behind CM Siddaramaiah, and bringing this kind of bill, which will have a long-bearing impact on the people of Karnataka, and suddenly it has become U-turn government. And looks like the Congress government is treating Karnataka people as a guinea pig. And why do you want to take these kind of chances when you're see, if you take the government, there are so many ill-conceived policies, and nothing is working for this. And at the same time, the entire administration, Siddaramaiah's administration, is involved in corruptions and various scams. And in the last 2 days, Vishnu, the amount of backlash it is getting inside the assembly and the council, it is mind-boggling. And I will tell you, the government is on the back foot at this point of time because of the corruption and scam that is involved today. At this point of time, do you really think the government has really taken this bill for granted, and it looks like they are not serious? U-turn This is not expected from a government which has got majority, 136 seats. And is this the kind of administration you give for the people of Karnataka? This is not. This is uncalled for, Vishnu. And the people of Karnataka, they are really fed up with this government. And what not? And our neighboring states, Tamil Nadu and Andhra, they are waving each other.
Okay,
and
let me
they are-
just get further reactions over here, Mr. Prasad. Let me go across to Mr. K. Ganesh. Mr. Ganesh, as we understand it, at this stage, this is on hold. Do you welcome this? Was there a real concern that industry in Karnataka, big companies, would move out if this reservation went ahead, where Kannadigas were favored for jobs, people from across the country didn't have a chance?
Yeah, just to balance the perspective, Vishnu, I mean, this has been increasing the local employment, providing more job opportunities for Kannadigas, potentially reducing unemployment among locals. All of this has been long-standing demand that has been there. But the way this news came about and the proposed bill really is shocking and pains me. I have lived nearly half my life, 26 years in Bangalore, built most of the businesses except the first one in Bangalore, and identify with Bangalore. Very proudly, when we go international, we talk about Bangalore as the brand. And so much successive governments, different parties have been doing to build Bangalore as the brand. Now, this is very retrograde step, even though the need to provide regional economic growth, skill development, all of this is fine, but I think the ideas are extremely ill-conceived. The way to solve for it is skill the people, train the people more, create opportunities for people. This, I mean, to use the Euro 2024 we just concluded, to use the football term, this is a complete self-goal.
I also believe
You
that
end
it's
up
legally there
pushing
would have
people
been...
outside, total number of jobs will reduce. You may have 100. It's better to have 10% of 10 lakh jobs.
Just one sec, let me go back to
1
Samrud.
lakh.
But before I do that, can we just play out that tweet from Chief Minister, from Mr. Siddaramaiah? Let's see what he said. Let's just have that tweet out once again. That's coming up in just a few moments. The bill approved by the cabinet to provide reservation for Kannadigas in private, change the page please, organizations, industries and enterprises has been temporarily put on hold. This will be revisited and decided in the coming days. Samrud, let me just come back to you. Is this perhaps a recognition that legally this is untenable? Because if you look at what was proposed as a job quota in Haryana, the job quota bill in Haryana was passed in 2021, but then the Punjab and Haryana High Court quashed this in 2023. It was deemed that this quota in private firms was unconstitutional and would result in employee discrimination on the basis of place of birth. So on what basis was this being pushed through at all? There's a High Court order already.
Vishnu, I think it is legally tenable to provide jobs based on language, local languages, and it has been done even in Maharashtra, and it is in compliance with the constitution, and we have taken it up legally, and we have taken legal opinions with the same. But Vishnu, you have to understand the overall perspective of why such a bill was brought. It is to protect the interest of the people of Karnataka who faced grave injustice in employment in their own state. And this was just a draft bill which was brought in, which the cabinet has to go through, it has to pass through assembly, only then it will become an act. So it's a very premature stage to come out and say that this
But
bill...
why have something like this at all? Venu, let me go across to Venu.
Vishnu.
Kondur, go ahead, Mr. Kondur, yes.
Yeah, Vishnu, see, the issue with this government is the cabinet has already decided on the bill, and now they are coming and saying it is a draft bill because they are getting the backlash from the opposition BJP and as well as the industries. And tell me, see, now they are telling it is a draft bill. Tell me, in the coming days, the government is planning for a global investors meet. When they are planning for the global investors meet, do you think it is the right time for the government to bring in this bill?
Samrud,
Of course. See,
I understand what you're saying, but let me
BJP
just go back.
Kannada, Karnataka,
Right.
Kannadigas.
Okay,
we
well, half
support
a
that.
second,
Absolutely.
Samrud. Now, the problem is, let's look at what NASSCOM has said. Right. NASSCOM says the tech sector contributes 25% to the state GDP. It may force companies to relocate. It will hamper growth, impact jobs. The global brand of Bengaluru will take a hit. How will it not take a hit if 50% of management level jobs in private firms are reserved for Kannadigas and 70% for non-management? I mean, Karnataka is an international state. Bangalore,
Vishnu, in many
the most
sectors,
international
people are
city
not
perhaps in
available.
India.
Vishnu, can I get a minute's time?
Yeah,
I
please
think
go ahead.
such
Please.
comments being made by NASSCOM are premature because the draft hasn't yet come out. They've just not even seen the contents of the draft. We don't know what is the definition of a local candidate. There is no definition of the timeline. There is no definition. They've not seen what comes under the exemption, what industries are present. They have not seen on the punishments. So without seeing the draft bill, to come to such decisions and make such statements is premature.
No, actually
But
not,
that being
because
said, let me remind you, as by learned, let me
premature
speak.
branding?
So let me speak, sir,
Don't you think it
please.
is a premature
No, no,
branding?
let me-
Why did you have to
Venu, half a sec. I'll come
Give
to
me
you,
a minute,
Venu.
sir.
Hold on.
Just give me 30 seconds.
Why
Just
did
give
you
me
allow
30
it to come into the open,
Sir, give me
public
30
domain?
seconds.
Venu, please.
Where was the need for you or the
Sir, give me-
CM
Venu,
or
let
the
him
SSM
answer. I'll come to you in a,
meeting?
I'll come to you. I'll come to you in a
Tweet on
second.
it.
See, we are, concerned about certain things in terms of how this could be implemented because the startups world, is looking forward for Bangalore to really grow. We look forward for a lot of investments, from private sectors and venture capitalists, right? And the talent is the most important thing when we have to attract and grow our startups. And startups are the one which is creating employment across the country, right? So we cannot neglect it. And the talent comes with a skill and it doesn't come with the way it has been structured today, right? We strongly believe that yes, employment is very important, but at the same time, industry also should be looked at very seriously because skill is very, very important. And we cannot afford to have, people looking at us from the global spectrum, and we continue to have these kind of conversations, right? So it puts us down. It puts us down.
It does. Vijay Prasad, do you believe that this is now a matter which has been resolved, that it's been held back? It was at the draft level. Let bygones be bygones. The center also had problems with it, which you expressed, even though a member of the NDA actually said that it should go ahead. Be that as it may, do you believe that this story is over? We can go back to normal life in industry in Karnataka?
Vishnu, as far as BJP
Sir,
is
I'm not
concerned,
asking you, I'm asking Vijay Prasad. If he can come in, I'll come to you if I have time.
Vishnu, as far as the BJP is concerned, we are always in favor for the Kannadigas, Kannada Asmite, and for this one. Okay, we never go back on that. And BJP is their torch bearer, and we are always the forefront. And as far as to maintain that, we always support that. But as a political party, the bill has not been tabled. We don't know the content of the bill, what is there in the bill, and what is there in the bill, and it should come up for the discussion in the assembly. Let them place before the assembly